What's up, y'all? It's your boy Brainwaves. My apologies for the technical difficulty. We got work to do. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the stream. We're here to talk about the earthquake in California. Now, I was one of the first, if not the first, content creator in this particular space. You know, the space of content creators like myself that talks about these things. Sure, there are content creators on social media that have covered the story. But in this particular space, I was the first to break it. Now, what you've had happen in the past is certain content creators, we're talking about Narc, the messenger. That's right, Narc with an N, as in narcissist. Narc, the messenger, and New Demon of New Demon Global Truth. You see, when it came to the hurricane in Florida, they was quick to cover that, especially Narc. Narc the messenger was quick to drag Florida and say how the judgment of God, the Most High's judgment is on Florida. He said the same thing about as it came through to Georgia. And he was talking about North Carolina. Oh man, look at it. See, that's why I can't stay there. I'm glad I'm in California. And so now we've got this earthquake that I covered last night. Nobody went live to talk about it. The usual people who talk about these things didn't talk about it. The usual content creators who claim that, hey, I'm here to give you this information. Right? Isn't that what they claim? Isn't that what they say? Isn't that what they put out? They didn't do that. They're ghosts. They're silent. Radio silent. And then you got New Demon, New Devil, New Scout, New Hairline, inebriated Nubreed. You got inebriated Nubreed, who's covering everything else, but he's not covering this. He's covering what happened to the CEO at United Healthcare and talking about that again, another now that Trump won the election video. As if anybody cares. Like, that's old news. Trump already won the election. Why is he still putting that in his titles? And he was quick to cover everything else, quick to cover the judgment of Florida with the hurricanes that came through. They extended from Florida, it came up through my state in Georgia, and then it went to North Kakalaki. The judgment of the Most High, you know, this and this and that. But now they radio silent when it comes to this earthquake. And when it comes to inebriated Nubreed, his channel, he talks about global truth. Is this not a big situation? It is. A lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people are out of power. There's a lot of issues. So where is Narc the messenger? Where is he? What's going on? Why are they so silent? Why aren't they talking? Where are they? They quick to cover certain stories. And what I want to show you is the hypocrisy of what's going on out here. Let me shout out to everybody in the chat. All right. What's going on, Marilyn Edwards? We got Corey Bennett in the building. We got Simply Natural Black Life. We got DW in the building. We got Naomi in the building. Look at how my numbers are actually going down talking about this particular situation. Because you got these demons and warlocks doing things behind the scenes to keep people from seeing what's going on. That's what they do. That's what they do. They attack, they do this, they do that behind the scenes. You see, it's the reason why they haven't covered this. See, if they cover this particular story, then it means that they got to admit to certain things, and they're not going to do that. These demons do not admit to certain things. What they do is they point fingers, blame, blame, blame. Is you, is you, is you. So they're going to point fingers at me as a content creator. I mean, they're not going to say anything because, you know, one of them claimed that they moved on and the other one's a coward and won't mention my name anyway. They'll do stuff behind the scenes, though. Oh, they having a party behind the scenes. A satanic party, a ritual party, a spell work party. Yeah, they having parties behind the scenes. They are doing that. Nonetheless, they would have to confess to certain things, especially Narc the Messenger. Let me finish getting to the chat and we're gonna pull some stuff up. Who else is here in the building? We got Rachel S in the building. We got Sister Iman that's in the building. We got Amina Radas in the building. We got Nicholas in the building. So since I have so few viewers, I'm not gonna make this live stream that long. Unless the viewership starts to increase and run like it's supposed to. Because y'all know, y'all seen my channel, you've seen my chat. Y'all have seen how I've had over 1,200 people in my live chat just the other day, just last week. So how do I go from having 1,200 plus people in my live chat to now I got only 20? Come on, you put the pieces together. But they want to talk about what's going on with them when they are the ones that are actually siphoning off of our energy and siphoning off of our ideas to try to act like they are the ones that's coming up with it. Let's get on and talk about Narc the Messenger. So we're on his channel. Let me full screen it real quick. You see right here, he has this video. He says, God's judgment against America. Hurricane Milton. You can see that he's done this stream 1 month ago. 1 month ago. He said it's God's judgment against America. Talking about the beginning of sorrows. Revelations 18, verses 2 through 4. Let's open it up and take a look at it.
What's up, family? Peace and blessings, man.
All right. So he's using Romans here, chapter 1, verses 18 through 20. This is what he's using. This is what he's talking about. But he ain't talking about what's happening when it comes to these earthquakes in California. Come on now. I want y'all to see he did this 1 month, talking about the beginning of sorrows. And let's see, the book of Revelation. He's talking about chapter 18 and all this stuff. That's what he's claiming. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. This is what he has in his description box. Verse 3, for all nations have drunk the wine of wrath of her fornication, and the kings in earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. And then verse 4, and then I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that be ye not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues. So he's using Revelation 18 to justify what happened to California. Now let's go back and listen to this. All right. I want y'all to pay attention to this. What's going up, Sister Tanya? And so when y'all come in the building, just hit the like button, because they not trying to let anybody see my live stream. So like the notifications not going out, the messages ain't going out, nothing. Y'all know how they do. Just remember, like I said, last week I had over 1,200 people in my live chat. How'd I go from 1,200 to only 20? Come on now. Somebody make this make sense. 1,200 to only 20? Let's go.
What's up, family? Peace and blessings, man. Babylon going crazy. Judgments is hitting all over this place. And it's very important for me to say this in the beginning of this video. A lot of Babylon going crazy. Judgments is hitting all over this place. And it's very important for me to say this in the beginning of this video. Babylon going crazy. Judgments is hitting all over this place. And it's very important for me to say this in the beginning of this video.
So, you heard that, right? Y'all heard that. He said judgment are hitting all over the place. So this earthquake, is this not a judgment of California? Why is he silent about this? And we're going to get on to New Demon in a minute. But let's go.
A lot of people are blaming this on climate change. And then you have people who are conspiracy theorists like myself. But some conspiracy theorists, they be reaching. Theorists like myself. But then you have people who are conspiracy theorists like myself. Then you have people who are conspiracy theorists like myself. And then you have people who are conspiracy theorists like myself. And then you have people who are conspiracy theorists like myself.
So he's a conspiracy theorist, not a Hebrew Israelite, or maybe as he said it in the past, an Israelite. What's going on, Real Topics? Real Topics in the building. Golden's in the building. Y'all know what to do. Smash that like button when you come in. We about to override whatever it is that they doing to try to limit the views, limit people seeing what I'm doing. Because that's what they doing. I know what people are doing. I know when people do spells and work and witchcraft and all types of satanic stuff behind the scenes and try to act like they righteous and innocent when they stand in front of y'all in the public. Come on, I see through all of y'all. Anyway, let's go.
But some conspiracy theorists, they be reaching.
See, yeah, I'm with Real Topics. She says she thought that narcissist the messenger was with the Most High. No, he said he's a conspiracy theorist. Let me run this back one more time.
Then you have people who are conspiracy theorists like myself. Then you have people who are conspiracy theorists like myself. And then you have people who are conspiracy theorists like myself. And then you have people who are conspiracy theorists like myself. But some conspiracy theorists, they be reaching. They're blaming this on the elites and how they're trying to conquer this and that, blah, blah. To me, this is God's judgment, man. This and that, blah, blah. To me, this is God's judgment, man. This and that, blah, blah. To me, this is God's judgment, man. This and that, blah, blah. To me, this is God's judgment, man.
He just said to him, the hurricane that hit Florida is God's judgment. So let me ask Narc the messenger, what does he think the earthquake is in California where he lives? He's supposed to be repping Cali. So if he's repping California, he's making all his videos always outside of California. How come he quiet? Is he okay? Does he have power? Is he just avoiding the situation? Is he somewhere else? Is he out of the state? He doesn't want to let people know? Like, what's going on? He's there. He should have been covering this story. I mean, he should be fine. I mean, if the Most High be with him, then who could be against him? The Most High should be keeping him preserved. He just did a video the other day talking about the Israelite God versus the Christian God. How come he's not covering the story? Why is he silent? That means he got to eat his own words. Come on now. So anyway, let's go.
And me using my discernment, this is God's judgment, you know.
You already just said he's using his discernment. It's God's judgment. Hold on, man. I got to change the music. This ain't going to cut it. All right, we can do that. Let's go.
Discernment, this is God's judgment, you know. God's judgment, man. Me using my discernment, this is God's judgment. God's judgment, man. Me using my discernment, this is God's judgment. God's judgment, man. Me using my discernment, this is God's judgment, you know. Climate change, we all know that's BS. Anybody who's in the Bible, we know that's BS. No, climate change, we all know that's BS. Anybody who's in the Bible, we know that's BS. Total BS. This is what happens when there's so much sin in the land, then judgment eventually, you know, comes. And that's what happens when there's so much sin in the land, then judgment eventually, you know, comes. And also what happens when there's so much sin in the land, then judgment eventually, you know, comes. And
I gotta put emphasis on these things that he's saying. Okay, now I'm just gonna let it ride with a little bit more, because this is what he's saying, and I want to know, is he gonna say these same things about these earthquakes that just took place in Cali? And yeah, what Real Topic said, he should have been the first one to actually cover this. She says he should have been the first one to make a video about it. And it's only one Elohim. Exactly. He should have been the main one to cover this. He rep Cali. This is like something happening here in Georgia and I don't say nothing. The hell I look like coming on here on social media. Y'all know I stay in Georgia. Something like this happened in Georgia, big news, and then he don't even cover it. And to make matters worse, I told you he in bed with New Demon because he ain't cover it either. Because he's not gonna cover it. Because if he covers it, they got to eat their own words. They look like liars. And the sad thing about it is nobody says anything. Everybody quiet. You know why they quiet? because the majority of people are not reading the scriptures. The majority of people are under the spell, working the delusion of all these people out here. So what happens with people like that, they will question somebody like me for bringing this up, for creating content, for bringing awareness to it, while the rest of y'all get rocked to sleep. That's how this works. I guess y'all like to get rocked to sleep. But anyway, let's go ahead and keep it going.
Also, people saying the elites doing this and that. A lot of people give too much credit, too much power to the elites, to these lizard people, reptilians, devils, demons. They give too much power to these people, man. This is the Almighty Yah judging this place, the sins, guys. So we saw what happened in North Carolina. The Almighty Yah judging this place. Too much power to these people, man. This is the Almighty Yah judging this place. Too much power to these people, man. This is the Almighty Yah judging this place. Too much power to these people, man. This is the Almighty Yah judging this place, the sins, guys. So we saw what happened in North Carolina. Now we're seeing here in California, guys, record highs. It was burning hot yesterday, bro. It was burning hot, man. North Carolina. Now we're seeing here in California, guys, record highs. It was burning hot yesterday, bro.
So if there's record highs in California, you don't think the Most High is judging Cali? See, while he's up here talking about the hurricane being judgment, California had record burning temperatures. I thought it stayed pretty much neutral in California. Stay around the 60s or so, give or take a few degrees. Not 100 degrees. You don't think that ain't judgment of the Most High? Y'all see how these folks flip the scriptures and they flip things so they could be conveniently used to tell their side of the story, which is a perverted side, a twisted side? Let's go, man.
It was burning hot, man. Like, so San Francisco, and now this says 97. If you're like in Arizona, 97 is nothing. But if you've been to San Francisco is freezing cold all year long. 97 to San Francisco is freezing cold all year long. San Francisco is freezing cold all year long. 97 degrees. So that was a world record. Oakland 100 degrees. San Jose 103 degrees. Look at this, all world records, man. Right? It was burning hot. A lot of people's AC wasn't working too. It was crazy, right? And also too, guys, let me say this too, for the people who are in Florida, North Carolina, God's people all over the earth, right? When we're experiencing these plagues and these judgments, my advice that I could give you guys is, if you're fearful, I would do a lot of fasting and praying. That's the number one solution when you come to it. Maybe you may feel fearful. Maybe you're like in Florida right now, or North Carolina, or anywhere in America, because no place is safe over here, guys. This is Babylon's being judged, man. We're seeing it. Everybody's seeing it. People could blame climate change. This is what they want you to believe, man. That's a lower level thinking. And then you have people who are a little bit higher level blaming the elites. And yes, I do know about HARP. I do know about weather control, modification, all that. That is real. I understand that. But this is, when you see all this happening at once, man, this is the judgment of Babylon. Okay, man? This is the judgment of Babylon. When you see all this happening at once, man, this is the judgment of Babylon. Okay. And I have to show you guys this. Let me show you all this real quick. Okay, so in the book of,
so this is where he's going to in scripture about this stuff. All right. I want y'all to understand what he's here and say. Watch this.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 7 to 8 says, "For nation shall rise against nation." So nation being, you guys seen right now in Israel and Gaza, there's a war, Palestine. So that's nation against nation, right? And then you have kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, earthquakes, and there shall be famines, pestilence, earthquakes, and there shall be famines, pestilence, earthquakes, and there shall be famines, pestilence, earthquakes. There shall be famines, pestilence, earthquakes, and there shall be famines, pestilence, earthquakes, and there shall be famines, pestilence, earthquakes, and
so there shall be earthquakes in Matthew chapter 24. Verses 7 through 8. How come he's not talking about the earthquakes that took place in California? No message, no word, no nothing. See, they're trying to block the number of viewers to see that. Y'all see the number of viewers in the chat? Somebody put a 3 in the chat if you see how few people are here. Put a 3 in the chat if you see how few people are here. How the numbers are going down as soon as they go up. This is the witchcraft and the spell work that they do. They're trying to manipulate the numbers, get the numbers to go their way to make it seem like they're right. See, that's how they deceive the masses, y'all. That's spell work and stuff that they do to deceive the masses. It'll look like, well, the majority's here, the majority's watching this one and seeing this one and getting that, so it gotta be right because the majority's doing it, right? Everybody's doing it, right? Y'all see how few people I got in the live chat, and even when the numbers started going up, it went right back down with this few people watching. And I haven't even really put out content since last night. Why is it that I had more people watching last night than I got right now? Come on now. It ain't a holiday. It ain't no like sports games going on. That's going to be tomorrow at the SEC championship game and a couple of other things. Ain't nothing going on tonight. Y'all see it. Look at all the threes in the chat, y'all. Y'all see it. That's how them demons work. Oh, he about to talk about this. That's why I ran into an issue of even going live in the first place. And then I overcame that, and now ain't nobody seeing it. People are not getting notifications. They don't even know I'm live. And then as soon as the numbers trickle back up, that's what they do. They take them down. And then they want to actually create content and be like, hey, man, they manipulated my numbers when they got 500, 1,000, whatever people in they live chat like they supposed to have. Ain't nobody manipulating nothing. They the ones that's guilty of it. Come on now. Anyway, man, let's get through to this.
In many places, and all these are the beginning of sorrows. Okay, yesterday there was a huge news that broke out saying San Francisco, the Bay Area, is going to have the biggest earthquake that's ever happened. Saying San Francisco, the Bay Area, is going to have the biggest earthquake that's ever happened. Saying San Francisco, the Bay Area, is going to have the biggest earthquake that's ever happened.
I want you to listen to what he's saying about San Francisco and California, but what he's going to say, and what he did say rather, about Florida. I want you to pay attention. Y'all listen clearly. Listen to this.
Saying San Francisco, the Bay Area, there was a huge news that broke out saying San Francisco, the Bay Area, is going to have the biggest earthquake that's ever happened in the world. And it didn't come to pass. I knew it wasn't going to come because how could he predict an earthquake, you know? There was a huge news that broke out saying San Francisco, the Bay Area, is going to have the biggest earthquake that's ever happened in the world. And it didn't come to pass. I knew it wasn't going to come because how could he predict an earthquake, you know? But we're going to be seeing all these stuff. Now it says that all these are the beginning of sorrow. So the end is not yet. Okay. We're going to, you know, there's many prophecies that haven't took place yet because a lot of people are saying this is the end of the world. Listen, guys, this is not the end of the world. This is the end of the world for the wicked. Okay. So like I said, the end of the world is.
Notice how he cut out right after he says the end of the world for the wicked. Watch this. He was just going in preaching, quote unquote preaching, and then all of a sudden his stream just cut out. Watch this.
End of the world for the wicked. Okay. So like I said, the end of the world for the wicked. Okay. So end of the world for the wicked. Okay. So end of the world for the wicked. Okay. So
why did it cut out right when he said it's the end of the world for the wicked? So he goes on more and more. I don't want to spend like the whole time going through this. Because he's just he's trying to make it seem like it's something that it's not. Let me say this. Let's go here. Let's skip down here.
Why is there so much confusion in Babylon? So much confusion. So as you see, the judgment of Babylon so far has been North Carolina. The judgment of Babylon so far has been North Carolina. The judgment of Babylon so far has been North Carolina. The judgment of Babylon so far has been North Carolina. The judgment of Babylon so far has been North Carolina.
I got to reinforce that. He said with Hurricane Milton, the judgment of Babylon is the force of Hurricane Milton. You know, the one that was a category 5, as you can see, it's going to hit land being a 4 and so on, so on, so on, so. So saying that they're getting hit. Now watch how he drags the southern states, talking about this is the judgment of God. Let's go.
Or I would say that the southern states, now it's Florida's being hit, California got hit. Dude, the Most High is not playing, bro. And like I said, guys, Florida's being hit, California got hit. Dude, Florida's being hit, California got hit. Dude.
So if he's aware of California getting hit, why is he not covering his story? Granted, the only excuse he got is if he was actually in the earthquake and he was actually hurt or injured or something crazy had happened to him. And maybe he's out of power or some situation like that. That's the only excuse he got with not covering this. He stays in Cali. So if he's not hurt or injured or some very similar situation, he should have been the first one to cover this story since he lives in California. But as soon as this hurricane stuff was breaking, he was covering it. Because as you can see in this video, this is the projected path. So he's covering all this before it hit, saying it's the judgment. But he's not covering what happened with this earthquake. And neither is New Demon while we're on the subject. Listen, y'all.
The Most High is not playing, bro. And like I said, guys, before I play this, please understand that if you're right with the Most High, you're keeping his commandments, you're following his son, Jesus Christ, there's nothing to worry about. Like I said, guys, if you're ever feeling fearful or worry, anxiety or doubt, what I would do, I would start doing a lot of fasting and praying because the Spirit of God doesn't lead us to fear. So
you know, he's changing the subject up right now. You know, he's talking about how they got fed and all that stuff. I'm just trying to skip through real quick. I want to skip past this. He's talking about some other stuff. I don't even want to play that. Just bear with me because I'm skipping through a lot of what he's talking about. Okay, let me go this. All right. See, he's talking about this $750 for the people devastated by Hurricane Helene. Anyway, let's go.
When you go to the poll, think about.
I mean, it's a pattern though. Ain't that a pattern? Hawaii didn't give no money. North Carolina didn't give no money. But now that I link it up as it being God's judgment and his wrath executing, it makes perfect sense because when the children of Israel were enslaved and they were punished by the slave owners, they didn't get anything. You know, so when God's executing his wrath for the sins of the ancestors, at least they get $750. I mean, of course, with all the tax money we're paying, they probably should get more. But you know, this is what happens when it's not the United States of America. These presidents and politicians don't serve your best interests at heart. It's the United States of Israel. And I just did some research on Kamala Harris. I don't really care who's president.
I don't want to get into that because like they get into this politicking, and I mean all these folks are related anyway. Kamala Harris and Trump and all of them are related. Don't people see the genealogy of all of these presidents or presidents to be, all of these candidates here? Like how many people got to do videos and breakdowns and contests to show that all of these people are connected? All of these people are bloodline in some form of fashion. And then they be running against each other like they enemies. Come on, man. Yeah, I don't want to play this other stuff because he's trying to go off. Of talking about how it's the and again Christians and Trump and all stuff. Okay, here we go. So check this out. This is what I want you to listen to.
I just did some quick research. So right now, with all the hurricanes and everything that's taking place, right? So right now, with all the hurricanes and everything that's taking place, right? So right now, with all the hurricanes and everything that's taking place, right? it's all happening in America, what I call Babylon, right? But when I look into the other countries, I don't see what the type of judgment that's happening. I don't see hurricanes. It's only in America, like countries, I don't see what the type of judgment that's happening. I don't see hurricanes. It's only in America, like countries, I don't see what the type of judgment that's happening. I don't see hurricanes. It's only in America. Like, you got to add up the pieces of the puzzle, bro. Like, this is not a coincidence, okay? The sins of the ancestors are being passed down, man. It's a coincidence, okay? The sins of the ancestors are being passed down, man. It's being passed down, and if nobody could see what's going on spiritually. Physically, it's easy to believe, oh, climate change, the elites, that's what they want you to believe, guys. You got to believe in the Most High God. You got to believe in his word, in the Bible, the scriptures, okay? This is judgment. Anybody who's in the Bible will know this. This is old news. This is common sense. Right now, what's happening, it is God's wrath. A lot of people, especially in the Christian church, it's all about love, and mercy. And yes, God's sense. Right now, what's happening, it is God's wrath. A lot of sense. Right now, what's happening, it is God's wrath. Sense. Right now, what's happening, it is God's wrath. A lot of people, especially in the Christian church, it's all about love, and mercy. And yes, God is a God of love, but he's also a God of wrath, okay? He's a God of war. And this is what, they don't want it, because that part is not the milk. This is the meat. And a lot of people ain't ready for that. They just want to hear the love, the ear-tickling message, to eat something that's easier to digest. And if you're a babe in the faith, I get it. You have a pass.
Okay, now he's going off on other stuff about, your walk and all of that. But I gotta throw this in here.
Make my chosen one videos. 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 Or maybe make my chosen one videos. Or maybe my whiteboard video. Make my chosen one videos. Or maybe my whiteboard videos. Make my chosen one videos. Or maybe my whiteboard videos. Make my chosen one videos. Or maybe my whiteboard videos. Some of them, not all. Sometimes it could be me on the.
So anyway, there's essentially what I want to say. He was talking about the judgment of God on that, right? Now, let me switch gears real quick and go to your boy New Demon, because he talked about this too. And he's talking about the aftermath of the storm, especially the one that came through with Georgia. You see what I'm saying? He did this on September the 29th. All right. So anyway, let's talk about just the parts where he's talking about the Florida stuff. That's basically what I'm gonna jump to. Okay. And again, how come neither one of them, with all of this so-called coverage, have covered this earthquake? This is big news. There's other big news that they haven't even talked about that nobody's covered until it seems like I'm going to release to the public. Because I be sitting back waiting and I don't see nobody do it. Come on now. And if all of a sudden they just start jumping, hey, we got to go cover what happened with the earthquakes. We got to cover it right now. It's because they listening to my video while claiming that they don't listen to my video. Come on now. Let's go.
Category 4 hurricane is the most powerful storm on record to hit Florida's Big Bend area and moved north into Georgia and the Carolinas after making landfall overnight on Thursday. With gusts of 140 miles an hour and heavy rain, damages from the storm are expected to reach upwards of $100 billion.
I can't help but to think about the people who got caught up in the storm. I can't help but to think about the people who got caught up in the storm, wishing that they had candles, wishing that they had extra food, wishing that they had a generator.
And he's saying this like a lot of people didn't have extra food, candles, and a generator. Many of the people that had made a decision to ride out the storm had a lot of those things. Again, he's trying to make it seem like everybody, like the majority, decided to ride out the storm and they didn't have any of those things at all. Let's go.
Wishing that they had the bare essentials. I just can't help but to think about those people who just wasn't ready for the storm. You know, I always tell y'all, be prepared, never scared. See, scared people are stagnant. Scared people, they're lethargic. Scared people, they're lethargic. Scared people, they're lethargic.
See, he's trying to make it seem like everybody that got caught in the storm, that waited in the storm, were fearful people. See what he does? He's trying to claim that all those people were fearful. I mean, that could be said for the people that actually left the storm. It could be said, could it not be said this way? That the people that fled the storm were scared of the storm. They were scared, that's why they left. And the people that stayed in the storm, they was there because they were standing like a G. They weren't in the spirit of fear. But he likes to push fear content. He likes to push fear mongering time and time and time again. Everything he is doom and gloom. It's always a negative outlook. It's always the worst case scenario. It's never anything positive. It's never that. It's always, this is bad. This is bad. This is how it is. This is bad. Oh, it's going to be bad. And then he's going to try to actually use scripture with it. Come on now. Let's go. Watch this.
Prepared people are wise. You know, Noah used to warn people all the time. Lot used to warn people all the time about some of the plagues that are coming. Moses warned people. And people don't like to listen. Now, I think it's very interesting that this storm came all the way from Mexico.
Listen, y'all.
And it literally strategically hit certain places within the states. I think that's very, very interesting, to say the least. Because it swept through Georgia. We didn't so much as lose power where I'm at. It swept through various states where we have family. Some of them didn't get hit at all by the storm, didn't lose power, nothing went out, everything was all good.
So let me get this straight. Earlier, he was just saying the people that stayed who wish they had candles and food and a generator, those were fearful people, right? Yeah, and just a few seconds later, he's saying that he got family and some of them didn't get hit at all. And some of them, they didn't lose power, which means that some of them stayed in the storm, just like the same people that he said is fearful. So let me get this straight. He's calling the people that stayed in the storm and wish they had stuff fearful, yet he got family member that stayed in the storm. So all of a sudden, they're not fearful. This is what I be trying to get y'all to see and put together. He's saying everything is all to the good. See, this is that fear mongering that he does.
But in other parts of that same state, these people are left without power, gone for a long time. And it kind of makes you wonder, right? Now, let's continue.
Well, the storm unleashed one of the worst flooding in a century in North Carolina, essentially cutting off access to the western part of the state with forced road closure.
I really don't want to play that because they talk about the storm. Listen to this.
Look at Florida and Cedar Key. This is small communities.
You know, there's a lot of people who perished in Florida, the Florida area. And, you know, I want to say this. Sometimes your discernment can kick in and you'll know when to move from one place to the next. It's an overwhelming feeling. It's the same feeling that Noah got, not even just a feeling. He was in communication with the Creator when it literally rained for 40 days and 40 nights. And he was warning the people. I'm pretty sure there was people in these communities that was like, yo, there's a storm coming, and this storm is going to be real in this area. And they were warning friends. They were warning family members. They were warning those around them. And you know what took place? They didn't listen. And some of these people, homes are completely damaged. Some of these people are trying to float without a life raft. It's just that real. And that's why discernment is key. And I knew about the storm coming, well aware of it. But
So let me get this straight. So he knew about the storm coming. He got family that decided to stay in the storm. They didn't lose power. Nothing happened to them. But he's trying to say that the other people that decided to stay in the storm, that they were in fear and they don't have discernment and they don't know what's going on. Come on, man. Somebody make this make sense.
you know what? I also know that my family was going to be protected. Why? Because of discernment. Like I said, the part of Georgia I'm in, nothing, not even power went out. Nothing happened. We enjoyed the rain. We slept good because the rain was therapeutic. To show you how the Most High protect his people. And I'm not saying the people who got hit are not the Most High's people, but what I'm saying is I'm sure that a lot of those people wish that they were prepared for what was coming.
See what he's saying? Wishing. You know, that could be considered magic, right? So what I want you to see is that he's talking about, oh, they wish that they was prepared. How can you say that those people weren't prepared? Sure, there are some people that aren't prepared, but he's saying like all those people were not prepared. How do you know they were not prepared? Like, has he gone to their homes and done a survey? How does he know that they didn't have a generator? How does he know they didn't have food? How does he know they didn't have candles? These are like basic things that Floridians have. As a matter of fact, a lot of people have. I mean, I've got these things. I got stuff that a lot of people don't have. Basic stuff. So how can he just say that all of these people, even the ones that quote unquote lost their life, weren't prepared, didn't have the discernment of the Most High? Do you see what he's doing? You can't do that. You don't know when it's somebody's time to go. Look, you can do this, see this, peep this, be in this situation, that, and something could still happen. You don't know when your time is. Come on, man. Like, let's stop the cap. Y'all remember John the Baptist? He was executed. He got beheaded in the Bible. And then we talking about John the Baptist. There's so many examples I can explain where God's people, God's men and women, all of a sudden, they got unalived. And he just trying to make it seem like, well, you know, they must not been following God. Listen to this. All of a sudden we getting, y'all heard that static with the music? Y'all put a 5 in the chat if y'all just heard the static all of a sudden. Put a 5 in the chat if you heard static all of a sudden. Y'all let me know. Here it goes again. See what I'm talking about? I need y'all put a 5 in the chat if y'all just heard the static, because I heard it twice. This is what I'm talking about, how when I do my streams, talking about these demonic folks out here, they up here waging spiritual warfare right here on real time. Manipulating the numbers. Let's stop people from seeing it. Let's stop it from getting recommended. Let's stop it from this. Let's cause chaos. Let's make him look bad. Let's make everything look not professional. How's this not going to be professional when I'm using studio grade equipment? Y'all see what I'm saying? Everything was just fine. Where the hell did hissing come from? Hissing like the demonic snakes that they are. Simply Natural Life, she heard it. She said, WTF, I heard that. Y'all heard it. I got fives in here. Y'all heard it. This is what we be trying to get y'all to understand. The hell is calling me now? Now I'm getting a damn call on my phone at the same time. Look at this. I'm getting a call that's coming through. I don't want to show the number, but I'm getting a call. Y'all see? Wow, man. It's the type of distraction, demonic stuff that they do. Let this be yet another accounting, another thing on record that's what they do. They all meeting, they all get behind the scenes, and it's not a solo affair. They go team up with others, they all talking, they working with other people, they congregate. I told you, they are a part of witchcraft and all this stuff. All of a sudden, I'm getting a phone call right when I'm doing this stream, and it's not a regular phone call. Like, I'm getting a phone call where I don't even get phone calls on this particular number. I got multiple phones just right here. Y'all can already see that I got more than one phone right here. I got multiple phones. I got multiple phone numbers. It's all this weird stuff that be trying to take place. It's the type of stuff I'm talking about. And I want y'all to see this spiritual warfare stuff is real. I'm gonna have to just start doing some spiritual warfare videos. Like I was saying, John the Baptist, he followed the Most High, did he not? And then John the Baptist was unalive because he got beheaded. So whatever this new demon crap he's talking, like, well, you know, those people lost their lives because, you know, they weren't listening to the discernment of the Most High. They didn't have generators. They didn't have candles. They didn't have extra food. You know, they weren't listening to God. You can do all that stuff and it can still be your time. Like, stop the cap. It's that false doctrine that's going on. Yeah, Mr. Corn says, I think that this is spiritual. It is spiritual. The moment you expose what's going on with them, that's what they do. They figured all the delays to keep me from going live was going to work. Then they figured all of the interference without people seeing my live chat was going to work. Then they sit up here messing with this stuff. See what they do? I want y'all to see it. It's on record. That's what those demons do. Instead of being a man coming up into the live chat or being a man responding like a man should do, they move like cowards. See, that's what the evil people do. That's what demons do. That's what warlocks do. They work in the darkness. They got to go behind the scenes and do behind your back. They ain't going to come to you in your face. They ain't man enough. They ain't tough enough to come to you in your face and do it. So they go behind the scenes like cowards, work in the darkness like the evil folks that they are, and they do stuff behind the scenes. And then try to make it seem like it's you. You'll have new people coming here watching like, well, Brainwaves, he must have some cheap equipment. Come on, studio everything. I mean, even look at my headphones. Look. Y'all see what that says? That says Sony. Y'all see that says Sony? I'm dealing with nothing but top of the line stuff. I've showed this stuff over and over again. All right, no disrespect to anybody using cheaper equipment. You got to use what you can afford. But I ain't using no cheap stuff over here. It ain't my setup. That's what they try to do. So anyway, this is the demonic stuff that New Demon is trying to push. Like, oh, they were just not following the Most High. Nothing happened to us. Negro, ain't nothing happened to you because when you stay in Georgia, or at least stayed at the time of this video, the storm wasn't coming through. Come on now. That's just like saying you lived in another state. You weren't in the South. You were in the North. And then he up there trying to say, well, you know, like, well, I live in the North. We didn't get anything. That's because the storm wasn't coming up there. Stop the cap. Let's see if you was going to talk like that if you was in the projected path of the storm. Come on now. And I'm talking about the full brunt of the storm. That's what these demons do. How come they ain't covering it? How come they not covering this, man? This is crazy, man. Listen to this.
You know, there's a lot of people who perished in Florida, the Florida area. And, you know, I want to say this. Sometimes your discernment can kick in and you'll know when to move from one place to the next.
And how does he know that the discernment ain't kicking for those people to stay? He just said his own family members stayed and they was fine. So how can he sit up here and say this statement for everybody? So this that type of demonic crap this man be talking, man. Listen to this.
This is the reason why when you hear the warnings coming from the Most High's people, letting you know it's real out here, you should take heed.
Man, you ain't from the Most High. Listen, New Demon has been bought out. New Demon has lost his soul. We've been telling you on that for a long time. And what he trying to do, he trying to look righteous all of a sudden. Let me stop talking. Let me delete my videos where I was talking about brainwaves, Ringo, and Rollo, even though he still left up a couple of videos talking about us. Trying to make it seem like he didn't do anything. Let me not mention their name anymore. And, you know, maybe if I just stop doing that, that'll make everything right with what I did. I won't receive any judgment. No, that's not how it works. See, you have to take accountability. That's what confessing is. When it comes to the Bible, if you don't confess, you don't take accountability. Point blank, period. Ain't no ways around it. Any ways around it is witchcraft. Any ways around it is demonic. Any ways around it is satanic. That's what New Demon's doing. Let me delete some videos. Let me do this instead of him actually manning up and taking accountability. We done got him so many times lying about stuff. Here he is lying on these people like he actually interviewed people in Florida or in the path of this hurricane, like he know what the majority of people was actually doing. Oh, well, they didn't have the discernment of the Most High because they decided to stay. And, you know, because they decided to stay, they didn't have extra food, they didn't have generators, they didn't have candles. Like he actually really talked to these people. Come on, man. But yeah, he's talking about he got family that actually stayed and it was okay. You see hypocrisy, man. Hypocrisy, hypocrisy, hypocrisy. This junk is crazy, man. Let me go to his channel. Let's get off this. Let's go to his channel. All right, we're going to do this in real time. We on his channel. I want y'all to take a look. See? All he's talking about is the United Healthcare CEO getting knocked off. You do not owe those demons an explanation of your conversation. Let's click on the actual tabs here. Let's make sure we didn't miss anything to cover bases just for the sake of record. Okay? They're all watching you. See, that was 4 days ago, 7 days ago, 9 days. So he ain't put out no videos because the most recent thing here is 4 days ago, right? Let's go to shorts. Ain't none of this got anything to do with it, so let's go to live. Come over here to the live tab. He did this, what I just showed you 4 hours ago. You do not owe those demons an explanation of conversation. So obviously he's able to put out content. How come he talk about the earthquakes in California? Then he talked about what I just showed you, the United Healthcare CEO getting unalive. Then he said a day ago, they're not worth your time and effort. You know, see, it's the stuff. Where is he talking about the hurricanes? He wasn't talking about TD states. He talked about everything, but he ain't addressing the earthquake in California. This is a big thing. Not a word. But yeah, he's trying to deliver you global news. Seems to me that he has selective news. He skips over the news. And speaking of global news, it's stuff that's happening around the globe that this man ain't even covered. This really big news. How come he ain't covering it? Because the man's a hypocrite. Let's go to Narc, the messenger. All right, let's click on his channel. Now he got 2 channels. Let's click on, or 3 channels rather. So let's click on it. Let's go to videos. Latest video he put out 7 days ago, 11 days ago, 2 weeks ago. So nothing under videos. Let's go to shorts. There's nothing here that he put out on his shorts showing anything about the earthquake. Okay. Let's go to his live tab. Ain't nothing he got on this channel, Marc the Messenger. Now, he's got 3 channels. You're going to look at it. Last thing he did live was monitoring spirits' unhealthy obsession with you 3 weeks ago. Okay? No biggie. Let's go to his other channel. So we on Marc the Messenger. Let's go to Marc the Messenger Live. Maybe he went live on Marc the Messenger Live. So we're here. 3 days ago, Christianity, God versus Hebrew God. Which one do you follow? 5 days ago, 10 days ago. So here under videos, let's do it properly. Let's click videos and live. Okay. Under videos is what I showed you. Nothing about the earthquake. And Narc, the messenger, is in California. And he's silent now. Let's come over here. We're on his live tab. 4 months ago is the last time he went live on Marc the Messenger Live. 4 months ago, talking about why I avoid most Hebrew Israelite people. So obviously it's nothing there. And then let's come over here to the Messenger Reacts. Okay? Maybe he did something.
What's up, family?
On this
Peace and blessings, peace and blessings.
Oh no, let me see. Let's do it like this. Let's go to videos. 2 months ago is the last time he put a video out. Nothing's been the same since 2020. Strange time. Let's go to shorts. Because maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe on his Marc the Messenger Reacts, he put something out about the earthquake. They always want to cover stuff. See, they want to put the South down because these folks don't rep the South. No, the last live he did was 11 months ago, talking about quick message about going in 2024. So it's clear that neither one of them are covering this earthquake situation. They are avoiding the South. See, they want to put us down. It's from the South. They want to put the South down, yet they want to try to occupy the South, especially with New Demon. He's steadily talking about how people need to move in the South, but his behind is from the North. He's from the DMV. He up here in the South, but he ain't from the South, and he's steadily putting it down. But that's because he's in cahoots with Narc the Messenger, as well as a lot of other folks. Remember, he put down the South about sweet tea. Tried to put that down. That man ain't from the South if he put down sweet tea. I mean, I got some sweet tea right here. Come on now. Sweet tea lemonade mix. Y'all see what it is? Ba 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 ba. I'm loving it. I got some right here. Sweet tea and lemonade mix. Telling you, man. Where is this coverage of the earthquake? Where is it? When is he going to cover the earthquake? Watch. Now, if all of a sudden, either one of them, Narc the Messenger, if Narc the Messenger, his only excuse is that either something is wrong with him, he got injured, he lost power, or something along those lines, and that's why he's unable to cover that. And even if that's the case, is that judgment of the Most High on Narc the Messenger? What's New Demon gonna say about that? What's New Predator gonna say about that? What's inebriated Nubreed going to say about that? if that were the case with Narc the Messenger. Yeah, you listen to the Most High's voice, you go, so wait a minute. You mean to tell me if that were the case, allegedly, that Narc the Messenger, his property or he doesn't have power, or he doesn't have, maybe he got injured or something happened. I don't know if that's the truth, but we're just saying, what is New Demon going to say about that? When he just got finished saying, when you listen to the Most High, this and that, and everything's fine. So if that were the case, are you going to say everything's fine? And then to make matters worse, if none of that is the case with Narc the Messenger, his house is fine, or his property, wherever he's at, is fine, his power is fine, and he's not injured or anybody like that, and he's not covering, what does he got to say about that? Why are they so quiet? Because see, again, saying certain things, they got to eat their own words, and they're going to show the people that they're hypocrites. That's why they behind the silent. But they want to speak out on stuff. I'm telling you, man, y'all got to better see through the lies, see through the BS, see through the spell work that they doing. That's why they quiet. That's why they not talking about that. They show you their true colors. Come on now. I sat back and waited before I did my live stream last night. As tired as I was, nobody talked about it. It was breaking news, big news. All the news outlets been talking about it. Other people, quote unquote, been talking about it. Just silent. And there's other things that are taking place in the world right now, and I ain't seen not one of these content creators in this particular space talk about it. Not one. They're silent. There's so many things happen about that. Watch. By the time I get around covering it, I'm going to cover it. I'm going to cover it just to tell y'all this is yet another thing that's been taking place in our world that other people are not even talking about and what it means. You see, they want to tell you it means one thing, but it actually means something else. They want to fear-monger you, make you be afraid of living in the South. They want to make you believe that you're not prepared for stuff. This is what they do, man. You don't have candles. You don't have extra food. You don't have generators. You don't have the discernment. That's why you stayed there. So let me get it straight. Does Narc the Messenger have discernment if he stayed in Cali? Come on now. I'm telling you, man, all these folks are fake. But hey, we done hit the hour mark. I'm getting up out of here. I don't have a large support. Also, I'm about to head over to Selena's platform. I'm going to jump on her panel for a little bit. And then, I'm going to go kick it off. I got phone calls to make. There she is. There she is. Speaking of Selena. I'm about to head over to her platform because I'm supposed to be on her show. I'll go ahead and put it on the screen real quick. Y'all can head over there. At least somebody get some people in their chat. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up for y'all real quick. Give me 1 second here. It's going to be this right here. So y'all can, let me full screen it. This is where I'm about to head over. She basically about to get started. Most likely waiting on me. So I got to head on over there. But yeah, Selena's couch. Lay your head on my couch. So I'm coming over there on her panel. I'm going to jump on there for a few. Saying this is what it's about. You got to be there for your people. Let me say this real quick in closing. You got to be there for people when they need you. And what I do publicly, I also do privately. So, hey, my sis need me to jump on the panel, I'm going to be there on the panel. That's what you're supposed to do. With that being said, y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all over on Selena's platform. Let me get out of here so we can get on. I can get on her panel and go ahead and get all this going and pretty much stick to her start time. So I understand. Everybody, y'all do what it do. And I'm going to holler at y'all tomorrow. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know what it is. I'm going to holler at y'all the next one. Y'all can catch me on my Selena's platform.